Hello.
We are live.
We are live, you guys. Good evening. It looks like it's literally the middle of the afternoon in
but it's
Canada, in Alberta, right now.
but it's already 8:51 p.m. and the
Excuse me.
kids are about to sleep in 10 minutes.
So we better
We're
make
gonna
it cute,
make it
quick.
quick.
We better make this
Yeah.
quick, you guys.
Yes, and then after we put them to sleep, there's gonna be another meeting that we're gonna be in for the upcoming event in CFC.
Yeah.
The re
There's
the
a ton of different
Yeah.
meetings. We just had dinner, and my other business partner is wanting me to do some stuff on the new banking information and all these things, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
multiple things happening at once.
multiple things.
But
That's
it's
right.
good. It's
But
exciting.
these are good things, right?
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know us, my name is Lee J,
And I'm Melissa.
and what do
What
we
do we
do?
do? We are online business owners, mentors. We help families, moms and dads,
Mm-hmm.
to get started in the online space. And we provide them all the tools, the system, the mentorship, training, pretty much everything that you need to get started.
And everything in between,
Yes.
right? Um, so yes, we are so excited because we had some good news today. Congratulations to my brother-in-law
Yes.
um, for an amazing
Amazing.
opportunity. We are so
Amazing.
proud of you.
Very good
We
news.
love you, and
Yes.
to the organization who supports him.
Yes. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for that opportunity,
Yes.
and it's one more thing to celebrate on
Mm-hmm.
Saturday,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
when are we celebrating?
Sunday. This
Oh,
Sunday.
actually, yes. Congratulations also to my other brother-in-law, the
Yes.
younger one.
Yes. He
You know.
just finished a whole degree in
Mm-hmm.
music,
Mm-hmm.
right? Double degree. Was it a double
No,
degree?
it's not
Oh,
a double
no,
degree.
it wasn't.
It's a single
um,
degree. It's called a pink degree because they have a
but
pink ribbon.
yes.
um,
Yeah, but he finished music, right?
Finish
So
music, right?
that's a big deal because
We're
in
so proud of you, right?
yeah.
So whatever you decide in the future, if you want to open up a shop or
Yeah, a
a
business,
school,
yeah.
right? We're here supporting you on that. But take it easy, right? You're super
Yeah,
young.
yeah, he just
Um,
finished uh
you don't need to go ahead and lose your hair, right? Starting a business. Look at me, I'm almost losing my hair.
EJ's losing. Let me see.
I'm losing my
It's
hair.
okay, it's okay. There's
My
still
dad
some
is
there.
almost bald.
It's okay.
I'm almost bald, right? But
Yeah.
that's why I have a new
Let me see.
I have a new haircut right now. It's like an emo haircut.
That's so funny.
Whoa. Right? Reminds me when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Right? Have an
Have
emo
long hair,
long hair like that,
curly.
curly,
Yeah.
emo, emotional damage.
Yeah.
um, yeah. So
Yeah. So a lot of things to celebrate, and this Saturday we're gonna be celebrating a whole
a wedding milestone
um
actually for a lot of our
for
brothers and
yeah,
sisters in the community that are celebrating
yeah,
10 years and above. We actually celebrated this last year, and it was an amazing experience,
yes,
right?
yeah,
We were there having renewed our vows,
yes. It's like a
and
whole. It's like our wedding once again because
mm,
we're all wearing white, and I'm wearing a white
mhm.
dress, right?
Then
And
she
you're
kissed me.
yeah, I kissed him.
Yeah. Things like that's so cool in the community actually to be a part of, right?
Yes, yeah,
So on Saturday we're going to be a big part of this awesome celebration,
yeah,
right? There's a ton of couples that are celebrating these milestones, and we want to celebrate with them, be happy for them, right?
yes, yeah.
What else? And tomorrow we have a band practice.
Yes,
um
and meeting with the business
yeah,
partners.
we
So
have some shooting that needs to
we're
be done,
shooting
right?
another episode
Mm-hmm.
of the Moms in
And then we
Action.
also have a birthday party we're attending on Saturday. and then
Yes.
another party at night, and
And
then on Sunday
then
we have another party. So yeah, you know, when
we actually have to actually sit down on a meeting to actually look at our
yeah,
schedule and see what we're doing this June because it's
mhm.
gonna be pretty
It
packed.
was a good half an hour conversation just for schedules, right? And sometimes we need to be uh,
In
on
sync.
board or in
Yeah.
sync
Like
or on the same page,
yeah.
right, with our schedule. Otherwise, I'd be saying yes
To everything.
to that person or that friend,
And
and then
then
I'd be
but we already have something booked and
commitment, right?
then it gets
And so Friday we're like double booked, right? We're it's gonna be crazy, right? So
yeah.
pray for us.
Pray for
This entire June
um,
is wacky, right? There's so much going on,
yeah.
so much going on in the online space, online business, so much going on at our personal lives as well as
Yes.
our work life
And community
and
life,
community
right?
life, right? So we feel like we have like different hats
That we have to
that we have
wear.
to wear,
Yeah.
right? I started working literally at 5 in the morning to catch up with different things that's going on.
And I was completely asleep that time.
She's not an early riser,
I'm a late nighter.
right? Late nighter. But anyways, guys, today's episode, if you guys are watching this live for quite some time now, today is actually our 51st day of the 90-day challenge.
Yes. Wow,
We we're
51.
almost done.
Yeah. We're almost
Uh,
the way you say it feels like we're not gonna be doing it
right,
after 90 days.
we're we're the line of fives now, and then
Yes.
after the line of fives will be six,
Six,
then seven,
seventies,
then
and
eight, then
80s.
nine. There's only four lines left,
And then hundreds.
and then hundreds after 90. And so today we're going to talk about
I'm being
our
conscious.
personal development journey,
What's up?
and I think this is probably one of the my favorite topics to talk about because I'm a personal development nuthead. If I can show you some of the books that I'm reading right now, um, every morning I have this um, 30-minute session with myself, and I usually read books. This one is Grit by Angela Duckworth. Um, 21 Ways to Worship by Vinnie Flynn. I'm actually almost done with this book, and it's really cool. It's about a guide to Eucharistic adoration, and then I have kind of like a guide to a Bible. It's called Jesus Calling by Sarah Young, and then I'm also finishing up this
Oh.
365 days of positive affirmation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't know that we had this.
And then
Oh,
after
yeah, this is the one that.
reading the books, I
Ate
usually
Geraldine
have a
books.
huge journal that I fill up, and almost halfway with this journal, guys. But this is a thick journal, right?
What's
And a lot of stuff, right? So there's gonna be my thoughts in there. If you guys want to know what DJ is
Okay.
thinking, right? If you're
Yeah.
gonna get a hold of this journal right here, this is it, right? A lot of thoughts.
So when
in
you
this.
go in our house, look for this one. You get to see.
You get to see my thoughts, what's in my head, right? I was showing them some of the
Okay.
books that I'm finishing up.
Oh.
This is probably one of my favorite books, right? It's so
Let me
cool.
see.
It's called The
Ah,
21
yes.
Ways to Worship. I learned
And
so
who's
much.
Who's it from?
This is
From
written by Vinnie Flynn.
Yeah.
And
most of this stuff are gifts from people,
gifts, actually,
right?
yeah.
Like
this is from my mom-in-law.
yeah.
Thanks, Mom. And it talks about Eucharistic adoration, right? Like, what do you actually do, right?
Yes.
Adoring the Eucharist.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really
This
really
one
like.
I gave this to you.
Angela Duckworth, you can
Aw.
see her work actually in TEDx, right? So she's got some talks about the power of grit, right? And it's kind of interesting how the attributes of um,
Mm-hmm.
very successful individuals are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, perseverance and passion and discipline and all these
Mm-hmm.
things are there. But she says that grit is probably one of the prevalent factor
Mm-hmm.
of them being successful in life.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do
Mm-hmm.
in the morning. And it takes me about maybe 20 minutes, half an hour to read all of the chapters and things like that on those books. I don't just read one book because that's boring. So I always, I get bored very easily. And so I transfer the next book, keeps my mind sharp, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, anyways, that's just part of the personal development that I
Mm-hmm.
do now. But the journey itself took some time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't who I am right now if it's not for the personal development. And the first time I heard about the personal development, way back when I was in high school, and it's called the movie called The Secret. And I think that's one of the things that kind of like introduces you to personal development.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I have no clue what personal development field is at all. I think that when you go to the self help book section of the library, you kind of like a loser type of thing. That's how I think before, anyways, because
Yeah.
I feel like I don't need anybody's help to improve, right? And that's an arrogant way of thinking, because as teenagers you feel like
You
you're
really.
indestructible and you're always right, and that
Yeah.
you've gone
Have
through life enough
freedom,
and
right?
freedom,
You
and
can
yeah.
do all things, right? Drive a car,
But I
buy for your own stuff, get a job, and those kind of things,
That's
right?
right.
Like you're invincible.
But I was so wrong, right? It's more than that. There's a ton of different aspects of life that I've learned the hard way,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's part of the development of personal development
Yeah.
is learning from those mistakes, learning from those
Yes.
um, you know uh, actions that I didn't do right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the key things there is to learn from it, right? What
Yes.
about you?
Yeah.
What's your personal development
Journey.
journey, from the start?
From the beginning. I wasn't a big book reader, right? Majority of the books that I read are textbooks from high school and then university. Like pretty much all the books that I read are all science stuff related to the courses that I'm taking, right? So, but the time when I started reading personal development books where was the time when I was staying at home, and then um, I didn't know what to do, and there are all these books that are on the shelf. DJ pretty much have read them all, and so I got curious. For all there was this one book that you gave me, probably I think you probably bought it for me
Mm-hmm.
in um on for my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it was called the 5 second rule, right? From Mel Robbins.
I was
And
staying at home.
but the first ever book that I've actually read was The Abundance Now
Mm-hmm.
by Lisa Nichols,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because and I was really touched by her story. I was really very inspired that at that time I wanted to be a speaker because she's an awesome inspirational speaker.
Right.
And when I read her book, I was really inspired, and then I thought, oh, maybe I could be an inspirational speaker too. And then so that's when it all sparked. All the books that I read. That's when it all started because Lisa Nichols pretty much inspired me to um, to be to really learn and grow and develop my communication skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because at that time I was I was so shy. I was like, you would not hear a sentence from me. Like, if you're gonna hear a sentence from me, we're probably so close. But like, I'm not a big talker. I choose the people that I talk to when way back um, in the previous years. And the only person I talked to was DJ, right? So we spend hours and hours talking, and um but I feel like I have to really put myself out there, right? If I wanted to be a speaker or I want to do something awesome, then I have to really learn to express myself, right?
Mm.
And so I did some courses. I did Lisa Nichols courses, and I also done some self-awareness courses because I have to figure out who I truly am, because
Mhm.
there was a big gap in terms of from my childhood and teenage years.
Mhm.
There was this thing that I really wanted to do, and then all of a sudden that's not actually what I really wanted to do. And then I have to figure out what is it really that thing that I wanted to do, right? And so I have to do some self-awareness courses,
Mhm.
things that the books like The Secret. um, I didn't read much self-awareness books, but majority of the books, the success principles, right, I read that. But I don't read a lot of books, but the books that really touched me was the Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Mhm.
And then I read even more books about Carnegie, right? um um
Dale
yeah,
Carnegie
Dale
is,
Carnegie.
is probably one of the best personal development pioneer there. He um, he wrote the book called How to Win Friends and Influence People,
Yeah.
and I think that's probably one of the best books in communication. If you wanted to really know how to communicate effectively,
Yeah.
um,
What was that one thing that you really loved about
about
that
that
book?
book.
Yeah. The one thing that you'd learn from that book.
Right. So one thing that I've learned is that there's actually this uh, dinner, right, that Dale Carnegie attended. And
Mm-hmm.
in that dinner, there's dignitaries, right? There's like
Mm-hmm.
high-end people
Yeah.
that's attending it, and everybody has conversations and blah, blah, blah. And there's this ambassador or something like that he was talking with. Um, and all Dale Carnegie did was to just ask questions. So he
Mm-hmm.
just asked questions about, the nature of his job, or the itinerary, or a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of the background of, who you are and personalities and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of that conversation, the ambassador said, "You know what? Thank you so much for that conversation. It's the one of the best conversations I've ever had."
Oh yes, yes.
And yet, Dale Carnegie didn't say much, right? He just
You
asked
just ask
questions.
questions. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the key principles there that's stuck in my
To
head, right?
you,
To me,
yeah.
right? That when I'm trying to build relationship, or rapport to a person, you would see me asking questions, or you would hear me asking questions. So if I ask questions about things that are random, right? Like, what's your favorite food, or what do you think about wherever you came from, or what do you think about this, that? I'm
Mm-hmm.
already building rapport with you, and
Yes.
I've taken that nugget all throughout my career in corporate sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in the business world, there's really not a lot of time to chit chat about personal things. We usually just go in business and talk about
Mm-hmm.
what's important, right, and move on with our lives. And I
Mm-hmm.
think, for a prospect to actually share to you, the personal side of things
Mm-hmm.
and the business side of things, it's an awesome prospect. I think that's going to be a good
Yes.
sale actually.
Yeah.
You have a chance of there's a higher chance of actually closing the sale.
Mm-hmm.
Now the thing with this concept as well is it works with day-to-day people. When I had the opportunity to work at college and I was doing admissions, right? Part of the admission process to interview people. And I think that's one of the key things here to realize is that when you're learning, when you're asking question, you're learning more about that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it adds to your knowledge. It adds to the experience, even though you haven't experienced, whatever that person is telling you about, right? It gives you that knowledge, right? That things
Mm-hmm.
actually happened to
Mm-hmm.
those people.
Yeah.
I had the privilege to talk to a police officer
Mm-hmm.
that's in a special crime unit. Um, and she has been serving in the BC area
Mm-hmm.
for the last, 15, 20 years. And she had this traumatic event, right, that happened during the job. And that's able to put her in in a disability status, right, under
Mm-hmm.
PTSD.
Yeah.
And those are the realizations that I get, right, talking to people, that police officers actually really really tough job, right?
Yeah.
Like they do. And I had also the privilege to join a gala,
Mm-hmm.
commemorating the policing in Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
And we were surrounded by a bunch of police officers, and I was so inspired by the work that they do, right? Even though there's a lot of backlash about, power tripping and abusing power and all these things, but at the end of the day, they're still out there,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Sticking their neck out,
Yeah.
to make sure that the neighborhood is safe and that, nobody is stealing your car or
Yeah.
entering your doors. And I
Yes.
think that's one of the key things that I've realized
Yeah.
there is just by listening and asking questions, I'm able to expand the knowledge that I have and
Mm-hmm.
deepen the understanding that I have with just the society, the
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
right? There's so many things that we can talk about personal development, guys. Like
Yes.
it really
There's a
is.
whole new
It's a whole new level
topic.
topic.
Maybe we should do multiple topics.
We
I
should,
mean,
right?
like personal development journey one, and then the next one would be personal development journey two.
uh, and
Yeah.
like I said, just so that everybody knows, we're actually short on time right now. We're not going to finish the entire half an hour, just because of the commitments that we have after this live session. Um, but just to go back to this topic, right? A lot of this conversation is going to happen if you join our community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the best way to know what we do is to just reach out to us. And like what Mel said in the beginning of the live, is that what we do is we provide you, we empower you all the tools, all the personal development, the training, everything you
Yes.
possibly need in order to be successful, earning online, right?
Yes.
Legitimately and ethically. And so
Mm-hmm.
the best way to get started on this is to visit us on our website. It's leejaandmelissa.com, or reach out to us directly
Yeah.
here on our Facebook page or personal page, because this could be it. This could be the moment that you're looking for. This could be the opportunity of a lifetime. There is going to be a ton of learning,
Mm-hmm.
personal development learning that we offer here. Okay,
Yes. And
so.
plus, you get to work with people who are like minded, right? Who are willing to learn and coachable and just really want to do the best they can to have a successful business.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, guys. We are signing off, and we're gonna see
Take
you
care.
again tomorrow. All
Yeah.
right.